This jam originated at the Handlebar on Tuesday nights, and it lasted for 25, almost 30 years, and then they, famously closed down. And when they did, there was still some life in the jam, and I was hosting it with two other people, and so we moved to a little place called Ties, and then we moved to Got Rocks, and then we moved to the Quest Brewery. And when we got to the Quest Brewery, that's when Sam came in, and we started working together to kind of run it.
So I'm from Kentucky originally, and in Kentucky there's a bunch of bluegrass jams, but a lot of them are just in people's basements and back room of grocery stores and stuff like that. But when I moved to Greenville in 2011, the bluegrass jam at the Handlebar was going big and strong, and I just really enjoyed listening to them. But I just love the idea of playing with new people and new styles of music and being able to walk in and just go. I think that's really fun.
It was catching momentum. We could tell that this is what people wanted to do. People, like musicians and audience members. We were kind of hitting the nail on the head with something, and then COVID shut it all down one day. Fast forward a year or two, we just, we remembered that momentum we had, and we decided that we wanted to do it again. And when we thought about where to do it, this was actually our number one place, because we could tell that y'all were really nurturing live music appreciation up here, which is a very noticeable as a musician. And I also grew up in a beer making family, so I was very aware that your beer was interesting and delicious. That's what made y'all our first choice, and so we were really glad when y'all said yes.
I have been to many jams, and they all have their pros and cons, but what's unique about Fireforge is the audience is there to watch the jam. Usually there just happens to be an audience, or the crowd is there for the beer or the food or something like that, and the pickers are there to just come play. But this all seems like we're all on the same team. The crowd is very responsive, very caring. They'll give their suggestions of songs, and then we will, the pickers actually care what the audience has to say, which is also kind of unique. A lot of times, whatever. We'll play whatever we want to, but there's a nice relationship between the performers and the listeners.
That's one of the really special things about this place is the audience is very engaged, and they are more than ready to tell you what they like and what they like. They don't tell us what they don't like. They're nice. They're kind.
There's a whole atmosphere of, there's great food, good company, and if you like live music, you will enjoy what's happening on stage. If you're a bluegrass fan, but also if you're just a fan of music. Like I said, we've done all styles, because we will play bluegrass, but I love it when somebody brings up a Tom Petty song, or we've done Outkast songs, and we've done every genre, rock and roll and hip hop and original music, and I really like that a lot. I think it's important that we try to encompass other genres other than just bluegrass, because I'm not a bluegrasser, really and truly. I love the style of music, but I love every style of music, and so as long as it's jam friendly, there's nothing like playing a song that everybody knows. You play The Weight by the band. That's not a bluegrass song, but everybody loves that tune. We play a Grateful Dead tune, and the Deadheads go bananas. It's and I really like that we can, and I think that's why what's unique about our jam here at Fireforge is that the audience feels like they can request a song that's not, under the umbrella of bluegrass.
And I'm a firm believer that when you have a stage and you have an audience who's paying attention, you get better quicker. has come through here has been very exciting and continues to be exciting. That's the kind of stuff you want to put on stage where, you know, the fire is already there. Let's just like go up here and do it.
There's an amazing amount of talent in Greenville, and folks from outside, just around this area, driving distance of Fireforge. But something that has really surprised me is the relationships that we've made up on this stage. You know, there are people that, you know, want to take solos together. They'll trade back and forth now, and that's, you know, I haven't seen a lot of that in bluegrass jams. And
that's really why bluegrass jams are so special, is because it is a place to do that, to make friends and, you know, show off your craft a little bit and drink some beers and hang out. And you guys do such a good job of facilitating that. So, yeah, just continue growing together. I think we got something really nice going on here. I want people to continue to feel connected and a part of it, because everybody is very important that comes out, you know. Even the people that sit in the back and talk the whole time, like, they're important. This is their jam too. As you know, I'm just very happy to be able to be a facilitator for that kind of a home base bluegrass jam, because wherever I've lived in the country, it's always meant a lot to me, you know. So I'm very proud and glad that I can be, you know, facilitating that here.
if you're kind of even just on the fence about coming out, come on out, bring your instrument. You'll see you'll figure out what we're all about in 3 or 4 songs. There's no wrong answers. You know, come share your art with us, and we'll share ours.